Hey guys, welcome back to another Cambridge United episode here on FIFA 22. We finished the transfer window today. We're not planning on doing much business ourselves, but there's still plenty of business being done elsewhere in the save. Doku has just gone from Napoli to Real Madrid for 115 million. A player that we may well find ourselves playing against in this next game, Theo Hernandez, has just gone from Lazio to Chelsea for £94.8 million. So Hernandez moved from AC Milan to Lazio and now to Chelsea. May have even been at another club in between as well. And Garcia moving from Juventus to Leipzig, the three biggest deals. Livramento's just gone to Lazio, who's one of the latest deals. Diogo Llorente going to Hertha Berlin, and Kirkes, no idea who that is. £32.4 million from Barcelona to Leicester. We start with Chelsea though. We are 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League now because Manchester City have played an extra game. They just beat Wolves by 3-1 yesterday in the save. We are still unbeaten in all competitions, so still hoping to get ourselves a decent haul of trophies this year. Surprised there to see that the Europa Conference League was still in the preliminary stage, which baffles me. Champions League, obviously, we're into the knockout rounds of that. We have Bayern Munich. Yikes. In the Europa League, that's in the preliminary round of the next stage after the group. And then in the UEFA Conference League, that's also in a preliminary round. Okay, so there's a preliminary round in each of the other European competitions. Before then, there's the round of 16. Fair enough. Right. Chelsea first, though, away from home, not going to be easy, and we're without Camavinga, who got himself needlessly sent off last time out in yesterday's episode. So, hopefully, we can still pick up at least a point, but we want to win as many games as we possibly can. Chelsea line up with their 5 at the back. Edouard Mendy in goal, Reece James, Luca Hernandez, Urien Timber, Mohamed Salisu, Theo Hernandez, Guendouzi and Tielemans in the middle with Pulisic and Oyarzabal either side of Karim Adeyemi. Oyarzabal is the top goal scorer in the league so far this season. They've got Grimaldo and Kai Havertz, Ben Chilwell, Esposito, Marcos de Mesquites, Renan Lodi and Plata on the bench. Yes, that's 3 left backs on the bench. Lodi, Chilwell and Grimaldo. As well as having Theo Hernandez, Luca Hernandez, who can play at left back. There's also another left back they have in their squad, whose name escapes me now as well. They've got 5 players for the same bloody position. Baffling, but it's an incredibly strong side from Chelsea. Hoffman does start despite not being fully fit. And Kilijevic gets the nod ahead of the suspended Eduardo Camavinga for us. Other than that, we are at full strength. Kylian Mbappe starting up top. Scored in both his played games in the last episode, and hopefully we'll keep up that streak today. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the end of this season. We are trying, of course, to win the quadruple this year with Cambridge United after not winning any major trophies thus far in the previous 8 seasons, other than League One and the Championship. No big trophies. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. I'll take the free kick. I'll take the free kick. Guendouzi's going to get a talking to. It's a great position for a free kick, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Oh, Soria's got good free kicks. Hello. Okay, he's not got quite so much curve, but he's got the power and the accuracy. Go for the power, and then try and time this green. It's yellow! It's off the post, and it's wide, but not far away. Yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the remainder of this or the next series that are going to follow. But for now, we'll try and get the result here against Chelsea. And we very nearly had the best possible start. And we've worked it around Theo Hernandez very well indeed. Kay Gordon delivers the cross. Chapman's there. Oh, George, you've got to do better, mate. He's on his own. All he's got to do is get that on target. And it forces the keeper into a save. Or he scores. That's twice now in today's episode and yesterday's episode where George Chapman has had a glorious opportunity to score with his head and hasn't put it away. Yesterday it was a ridiculous save. Today it's just poor accuracy. We need to make sure we're putting chances like that away against the big sides because we really can't afford to be letting opportunities like that pass us by when teams that we're playing against have players that will punish us if we're... Oh, it's a terrible first touch. Awful first touch by Elijah Stone, who rightly so applauds his goalkeeper, who can't quite believe that Stone's touch was that bad. He's outmuscled his man nicely there, Elijah, though, and I'll just get rid of this, Wigwill. Anywhere will do for me at the minute. Chelsea putting the pressure on. We mentioned we are, as of yet, unbeaten in every competition that we've played so far this season. But Chelsea building nicely, and Adeyemi gives them a 1-0 lead, and that might just change. Hoffman into Keanu Hoover. It's Cade Gordon and Stone looking to get past Tielemans and does that well, and Mbappe's found. Too fast for his own good there, Kylian. Accelerated straight into the defender. Kanazevic to Elijah Stone, looking for Cade Gordon, getting it to him. Oh, chopped. That's awful. Terrible attempted challenge from Theo Hernandez, and no surprises, he picks up a yellow card for that. That was really not very good at all. Do I float this, or do I just try and pass it short? I'm going to look to float it, and Gwilt is there, and again the header's not good enough. Really good chance to try and score from a set piece. We can't do it yet. And Adeyemi, little ball roll. I hate those. I asked about league's top goal scorer, as we mentioned, but he's not the man to score the goals so far today. Elijah Stone will get that to Mbappe. And around the corner to Cade Gordon, who's in behind. But, well, Theo Hernandez a bit quick, isn't he? There's Mbappe. Arriving here is Elijah Stone. He's sat up nicely. Oh! I thought that was travelling towards the bottom corner. George Chapman did remarkably well to get out of the way of it. It really wasn't far away at all, but it was wide. Theo looking to burst past, but that's a no, thank you. Not getting anywhere near. Mbappe caught from behind by Yuri Tielemans, who will surely pick up a yellow card for that. Next time there's a stoppage in play. Hopefully that stoppage in play is a Cambridge United goal. Gordon looking to get in behind again. In behind Theo Hernandez for the umpteenth time today. Mbappe, support arriving from Stone. And here's Soria. Good turn. And the shot straight at Mendy. Straight at him. 1-0 down at half-time here. Using Adeyemi and then letting him rush off again. Do get a foot in there, but it just falls free to Yuri Tielemans. Chelsea been in control of this one for the majority. We said it in yesterday's episode that even though our side is as good as it is, it's still a real challenge to play at the consistent level that we have been playing at. And to get the results that we have been, we've had to be very good, especially against the big sides. Arsenal was a real struggle. Manchester City was a particularly tough test yesterday. It took a really good finish by Kylian Mbappe to break them down. And here so far, Chelsea 1-0 up as we approach the hour mark. It really doesn't look like changing at the minute. Guendouzi off and Kai Havertz on. They're not the only ones, or we're not the only ones, sorry, with a wealth of riches available to us. You can bring a 91 rated Kai Havertz off the bench. You're really in a great position with your squad, aren't you? Theo Hernandez is going to run straight into Hoover there, and he went for me again. Theo's been particularly ill-disciplined in this game on debut. Elijah Stone is in. I'm going to have to turn and look for support. There's George Chapman. There's the equaliser. Again, a mistake from Chelsea leads to a chance for us, and on this time, we do punish them for it. George Chapman gives us the equaliser we've been so desperate for. Let's keep that unbeaten run going at the very least. If not, try and turn this around for a win. Here's Reece James again. Not foul there. I think it just went over. Kai Havertz trying something fancy. It nearly worked for him. Hubner had to be at his best to stop them from scoring. Adeyemi going off for them. And I think it was Esposito coming on. Find out in a moment. It was Esposito. Here's Pulisic. He's turned into Kanazevic, so Tielemans still finds a cross. Oh my God. We failed to win the header. Esposito does. It ricochets off a Cambridge man, off the post, and back into the keeper's arms. We are rattled here at the moment, well and truly. I'm going to take Hoffman off now for Nkapie. Add a little bit of extra pace back there. And what I'm actually going to do, or fresh legs at least, is move Chapman into that role because he's decent in the tackle. Falkenron at Cam. Even though George has gotten the goal to give us the equaliser, I'm hoping Kirk can come off the bench and give us the opportunity to find a winner. But we very nearly went behind again, just there with that chance. I take the point at this stage if you offered me it, I'll be honest. Chelsea have been so tough to play against. Really, really difficult. Pulisic's got the pace to get to that. Gwilt is underneath it, but doesn't clear it properly. Pulisic brings it down again. Good block by McCallum. Can we deny them the corner? No, he's just run straight into it. Thank you, mate. Tielemans to take the corner. Are they going to go short to Pulisic? They are. We get a block on it with Soria. It's still going to fall free to a Chelsea man. Jurrien Timber looks to play it over the top. Pulisic gets it back to him. Former Ajax man in there to Yuri Tielemans, who can smash them from range, as we know. Havertz, Tielemans, he's going to smash it from range, but there was too many Cambridge men in front of him. Mbappe finds Cade Gordon. I see the run on the far side of Soria. We'll pick him up brilliantly. Now you can see the line of Chelsea boys back there in defence. Falconer looking for Mbappe. Finds him. Kirk will look for Mbappe again. Excellent footwork from the Frenchman. Soria, it has to be now. Oh, and just as I tried to poke it to stone, the defender stuck in a curly toe. And Cambridge will draw 1-1 against Chelsea. But we're happy enough with that. Chelsea were the better side in that game. We perhaps could have started with a goal very early on with that free kick. Particularly unlucky, actually, Soria not to score there. But, oh, dearie me. Chelsea particularly unlucky not to score themselves with the shot that deflected and then off the post straight to the keeper's arms. So a point apiece we will take. Keeps us 3 points clear of Manchester City, I believe, at the top of the table. I am building, you'll notice the scout reports, you'll recognise some names on there. I'm building on my shortlist a run of former Cambridge players in this save to effectively build kind of a where are they now segment for the end of the season. When we get there, we'll be doing when we do the season roundup, we'll have a where are they now, and I'll have all of my former Cambridge United players on the shortlist, so you can see where everybody's ended up. There's a number of players actually that have retired by this point, unfortunately, so we can't see everyone, but there's a number on there. But you won't see that yet. That's to come at a later date. For now, 2 cup ties away from home. Selhurst Park, the first destination. Crystal Palace's team is not great, but they've gotten themselves this far in the competition, so we have to respect it to some degree. Nacho Diaz in goal for them. Nathan Ferguson, Ruben Navarro, Lauritz Vinther and Ethan Laird. Samu Costa, Killian Phillips and Will Hughes. Raksaki, Gabriel Aguiar and Luke Plange, the former Derby youngster, up top through the middle. They've got Keelan Davis on the bench, Sion Spence, Henry Houghton, Robert Street, Nia Kirby, Ed Leonard. Might be a former Cambridge man, actually, Ed Leonard. I think he is, isn't he? We had Ed Leonard with us, didn't we? Or am I mistaken there? And Vicente Waite still going at 60 rated and probably about 74 years of age. We are, as you would expect us to line up with our second string side. Certainly should be strong enough here. Ogadina actually is into the team this time. And at Selhurst Park, as it was against Norwich at Carrow Road, should be a stadium where we show up, do the business, and then go home again. Plange into Aguiar and Plange again. They've got me on the counter-attack here. Will Hughes has options, but we've slowed them up well enough to ensure that that counter-attack comes to a swift stop. If I'd have stolen it off him there, I was away. Vinther into Samu and Phillips, trying to stop that passing angle for the man in the box. Raksaki finds Ferguson, though, and he's going to go for goal, and Hayes saves it, but not particularly convincingly. Out for a corner for Crystal Palace. Raksaki will take it. Whips it not very well. He certainly had a call from his keeper there, and Hayes grabs it. Slightly worried when he left it, and Hayes wasn't necessarily on the scene yet. And there was a Crystal Palace man there waiting. I am not playing very well in this one. Palace in possession again as we give them possession. We've won it back. Ferland Mendy to Kanajevic. Abubakar waiting. Then not playing that pass as I was going to look for the man in the middle. Yeah, I'm not playing very well at the minute. Falconer nods that down at least, and Sherfa has support. Falconer's there again. They've backed off. That's dipping. That's what Kirk Falconer can do. We've done nothing all game. But one moment of magic from the best player in this team gives us the 1-0 lead. Miles picked up an injury, apparently. I didn't notice that. Raksaki's in. Crystal Palace going to pick themselves up a goal. Out of nowhere. It just keeps falling for them. I mean, what Ferlamendi's doing there, I'm not sure. How Okadina misses it, I'm not sure. Hayes makes a great initial save, and then it just falls straight back to plans. And great technique on the finish, but... Is he... No, he's fine now, Ma. I didn't even see him in a challenge that would lead to him getting injured. Well, we've certainly taken a hit to the scoreline, even if Ma hasn't taken a hit to his physical body. Avdic, across to Kunazevic. Ah, I need to improve. I'm off the boil here. And knockout football is not where you want to pick up your first defeat of the season. Because lose this, and we're out. And he's in an onside here, Aksaki. And it's 2-1 Palace. Aguiar gives the home side the advantage. And this task just got a hell of a lot harder. Scherfer into Kunazevic. Mendy. Time to turn up, Ches. This is where your trophies are won and lost. This is how you determine how this side will be remembered. We do not want to be remembered by failing every single season to win the important trophies. Ma gets that back there to Scherfer, who's not that great in front of goal, to be honest. I've not got the confidence to take an effort with him. Flick that round the corner, though, to Falconer. I'm going to try and pull it back. And as I ripped Scherfer for not being that great in front of goal, he had the opportunity that he really couldn't miss, to be fair. He buries it. And it's Tash 2, Palace 2. Really dodgy Tash on him, but he is German after all. They do love a moustache in Germany, don't they? It's 2-2, and we're back level. 45. This is only half time. 45 minutes for yet more action. Nice tackle. We've won it back. Abubakar. Let's start the second half as we mean to go on, please. Really poor first half, but we've somehow managed to get ourselves in at the break. Oh, God, at 2-2, and very nearly, immediately, grab a third at the beginning of the second half. Here's Hughes. Forward there to Aguiar. Zaniolo apparently on the move from Barcelona. As Ethan Laird powers past me here with Brandon Williams, two former Manchester United fullbacks battling it out. And it's my one that comes out on top on this particular occasion. Avdic couldn't get the ball under control quickly enough to be able to make that turn. Phillips fires that into Aguiar. He's already got one today. He's looking for another. Hughes finds him again. Incapier's in the way twice. Oh, God, good turn on the dime from Ma there to ensure that Palace don't get another chance. This game has been rather typically for FIFA so damned difficult. The quality of some of the sides we've played in recent episodes with Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea. We come up against this team that's made up of players in the early 70s, and it's the hardest game we've played all bloody season. It's just, there's no logic behind that, is there? At all. But that is what we've all come to learn to expect from FIFA. We'll get to that first with Brandon Williams. There's just under half an hour to go here. And I really could do without the replay, to be honest. Because our fixture list is going to be busy enough as it is. Brandon Williams again getting stuck in. Doing exceptionally well. Might have to call on some first team players sooner rather than later. Avdic just chopped. That's needless, unnecessary, and a straight red card for Samu Costa for Crystal Palace. That might unlock their backline a little bit more regularly. He's their CDM. We might find a bit more space here now. Falconer looking for Avdic around the corner, but Vinther cuts it out. Kunazevic. Ferlamendi's offering his services out wide. Abubakar's made the run. It's a brilliant ball. Need a brilliant turn, please. There it is. And here is Avdic. And there's a wonderful save from their goalkeeper. Abubakar delivers. It's deep. Ferlamendi's up. Phillips wins it. Incapié will knock this down. Here's George. Immediately involved. Avdic. Ma. Deflected quite heavily out for another corner. We'll try again. Abubakar delivers for a second time. Incapié's up, but that is nowhere near the target. 15 to go against the 10 men. I don't think they've changed the way that they're lined up. Kirby's come on for Aguiar on the left. But Oh no, they've moved. Look, Samu Costa's now out on the right-hand side, and they've put Raksaki at CDM. You imagine at some point they'll take him off. But why they've moved him, of all people, to CDM, I'm not sure, because he's the guy with the 2 assists for them so far. Illogical from Crystal Palace, but the decision they've made is the decision they've made. Hopefully we can prey on that. They'll have the body in there, but that body, in theory, shouldn't have the defensive knowledge and positioning awareness to really flourish in that role. Which means we should be able to take advantage of that. But we can only do so if we have the ball. And if Crystal Palace haven't gotten themselves a third. Come on then, Abubakar. Burst. I'm going to utilise your pace here, Sunshine. Oh, God, he's quick. And at the back post. Here he is! Avdic! Fully committed! Ball in the net! Man in the net! 3-2 Cambridge. Look no further, Crystal Palace fans, than your central defensive midfielder who lunged in unnecessarily, got himself sent off, and your opportunity for a cup set is gone. Avdic is up. The ball is in. It's absolute commitment from Avdic, and I love it. He's been a great signing. That's a great ball out. Laird brings it down. Finds Kirby off the bench, dinked in. Okadina threw himself at it. It's a comfortable enough save for Hayes. Unbelievable game. Full of action, full of chances, full of highlights, I feel. I'll find out when I edit it, but I feel like this game could have about 10 minutes of highlights just for itself. Here's Nathan Ferguson as we've given the ball away. Just trying to find the through ball that just didn't quite materialise for me. Maya will push forward here and try and slow them down. Okadina gets to that nicely, and we will get it under control and see it out. With seconds to go, that's us through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Thank you very much, Crystal Palace. You fought valiantly. Stone for a 4th. Good save by Diaz. We will get the chance for the corner. Not that we need it. Chapman delivers. Up we go. Nkapie. Oh, it is to be a 4th. Diaz, furious. But look no further than yourself, my man. He's obviously annoyed at the defenders in front of him that didn't challenge for the header. But he's the one that's pushed it onto the post and not been able to make the save to get it around the corner. Shook off his marker in Nkapie, and that's right, at the goalkeeper. Nobody to look at but yourself, my man. We will win by 4, and in the end, that scoreline looks a lot more comfortable than the game really was. That first half, Palace easily, by a margin, the better side. But after the red card, it was only going to end one way. And we're through to the next round. Now then, the next round of the next competition would be the final at Wembley. And rather understandably, I think you might understand I want to get there. So let's go and play QPR with our strongest possible 11. So I'm pretty sure we've got Arsenal at the weekend. Do I go with that same team then? That same rotated team? I can't. I need to make sure I get through this against Crystal Palace. It's 2-2 after leg 1. Desperate for the win. QPR going defensive with a 5 at the back, but then their midfield is actually quite attacking. Anatoly Trubin in goal for them. Juan Sastre, at right back. Albie Burns, Pablo Ortiz, Charlie Manning, and Hermalernen. I think is how you pronounce that. I apologise. Not very good at pronouncing Finnish names. Andre Dazelle and Sam Field in the middle with Elias Chair at cam. Then Salim Selmi at centre forward alongside Charlie Kelman, who's slightly further up, at striker. They've got Macaulay Bonne, Isaac Fraser, George Thomas, Lyndon Dykes, Stephen Duke McKenna, Moses Odubajo at 59 rated now, and Luke Amos on the bench. Going to look to get past Sastre and deliver a ball, which he has done well. The keeper can only deal with it by tipping it over the bar. And we'll try and get something from the corner. Stone with a good delivery. Ortiz wins that well. Can't quite get to it. Elias Chair will scramble it clear to Kelman. And support here from Andre Dazelle on the counter. And here's Selmy. Knocks it back to Elias Chair. And QPR actually pretty good on the counter-attack here. Hermalernen could deliver the ball into the middle. That's a sharp turn. And he's, thankfully for me, picked out Hoffman. Chapman around the corner. We'll go the other way now, shall we? You've done all your running going one way. Now run back the other. Mbappe back there to Camavinga. I'll be honest, Kylian Mbappe hasn't been as electric up top as perhaps I expected him to be. If anything, the lesser rated Avdic has proven to be the better goal scorer so far in the episodes since Kylian signed. But to be fair, we weren't getting a massive amount out of Martins this season either, were we? Not really too sure why on either front. Saria around the corner there to McCallum. Tucked inside where Saria was waiting again. And given away. QPR stand firm. And they're in here. Kelman. Slow him down. Turn him around. Share. Dozel! Hubner makes the save. These cup competitions against lesser quality sides providing plenty of action and highlights in today's episode. Burns to Dozel. A good turn. Selmy. Field. Oh no, where's that going? Oh! It's going one way then the other, but he can't make up his mind. Make up your mind, mate. There we go. Chair. He can't make up his mind either. Sam Field. Block it, save it, thank you. Oh. QPR with a corner. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Still, it's there for the taking for either side to this point. Oh, Mbappe waved a leg at it. Manning picked off by Camavinga. They've left a number of bodies back, as they kind of have to do, QPR, because we have such pace and quality on the counter-attack that they can't justify pushing everybody forward at this stage. But at the minute, doesn't matter how many men they've got back, they could only have one man back. I can't seem to build a sort of move that's going to cause them any problems. They're forward here. He's offside there, surely, the man at the back post. Regardless, that'll be half-time at 0-0. Hoover. Cade Gordon. Oh, nearly overran that. Very nearly overran it. Stone. Mbappe. Saria looking for him in behind. It's not quite weighty enough, the pass. We had one shot in the first half with our XG still reading 0. That's how good the shot was. Our expected goals from our one shot was 0. Not even 0.01. 0. Zaniolo just moved to Liverpool. He's just on side here, Saria, thanks to the defender that was deep on this near side. And Palace. Well, I don't know, I keep saying Palace. Queen's Park Rangers, unfortunately for them, haven't held on at the beginning of the second half. Now our XG will be more than 0. The majority of the line there stayed high. There was a guy on this near side that was just sat, look, inexplicably, 4 or 5 yards deeper. That's what played Saria on side. The keeper very nearly actually kept that out. He's gotten something on it. He just couldn't quite adjust his feet quickly enough. Got his hand to it, but it's off the inside of the post and into the back of the net. And finally, we take the advantage in this fixture. 2-2 after the first leg. Now 1-0 here in the second. And hopefully from here, now is where we put our stamp on the tie and show the quality or difference in quality between the two sides. Gordon, back to Chapman. Mbappe's there. First time shot, 2-0. Now we're cooking. Ortiz, Kelman. Oh, sprint, he's offside. Oh, he's onside. Bloody hell. Bon, Chair, Bon. Hubner's trying his hardest here to keep a clean sheet, but I'm not doing him any favours. Nice little nod down by Avdic there to Gordon, and we could seal it with a third. Solid tackle again. Queen's Park Rangers has been good, you know. That'll be keeper's ball. But Hubner's determined to keep that clean sheet, as am I. 2-0 in the second leg after QPR managed to get a draw at the Abbey, and in the first half kept us honest as well. But finally the quality showed through in this second half with 2 quick goals. And we've seen ourselves through to our first, pretty sure, our first cup final in this save. We will go to Wembley for the Carabao Cup final in the not too distant future, actually. That will be mid-March, will it? With plenty of Champions League and FA Cup football to come in the meantime. We'll now go and end, oh God, Liverpool or Manchester City in the final. We'll now go and end the transfer window. Ah, bollocks. City or Liverpool is not great. It's not great. Just more scout reports on former Cambridge United players, so we can see what they look like at the end of the season for the finale and where they've ended up. We are 3 points clear at the top of the table. Match rescheduled. That'll be the final of the Carabao Cup. Let's have a quick look. So next month, Arsenal, West Ham, Everton and Bayern Munich. And then it's City in the Carabao Cup final. Fucking hell. It's going to be a hell of an episode there, isn't it? City, Burnley, Liverpool, Bayern. Wow. Okay then. That's going to be pretty damned tough. Let's end the transfer window though and see what's going to happen on deadline day. Doku, Hernandez. Oh, another signing. Where is it? Here we go. Romero. Luca Romero, 85 rated cam, Argentinian from Bielefeld to Borussia Dortmund for £80+ million. Let's see how much he spent on deadline day. Well, 83.1 has now just been outdone, as you saw at the bottom there. Alexander Isak, or Isak, I can't remember whether it's Isak. I can never remember whether it's Isak or Isak. I think it's Isak. Has gone from Inter to Bologna. In a sizable enough deal, £83.1 million. See what else happens on deadline day. Serginho Dest back to Barcelona. Back to Barcelona eventually. 172 from Bayern. There are so many massive bids get thrown around, aren't there, at these later stages of a career mode. Anything else? Any big ones? Nothing else on the top three, I don't think. This stage, no. It's a lot of mid-level deals, isn't it? A lot of 30, 40 and 50 odd million pound bids. We'll reject that. We'll reject that. Sorry. I'm not looking to sell anyone. Top of the table and looking good for the quadruple as it stands. Didn't see actually who we've got next in the FA Cup, actually. So we'll have to check that sooner rather than later as well. No other massive deals at this stage. So less than, this is actually surprising, less than £1 billion spent on deadline day. Where are we? Bournemouth, that'll be the first one. So Bournemouth, not much. Calvert-Lewin has gone to Arsenal. We have Arsenal next, of course. Villa have got Wahi and Bosch. Brentford have signed Mane. Ekatike sold, and Pert Harris as well. Nets and Randlin at Brighton. Popa and Bednarak at Burnley. We've obviously done Martins for Mbappe as a straight swap, and Williams is leaving us on a free next season. Theo Hernandez in at Chelsea as well as Garcia now. Everton doing a lot of free business. Fulham doing minimal. Leicester doing minimal. Liverpool with Zaniolo in and Bakker out. City with Wijndal out actually, and Kirktu in and Anthony Martial. So City have let go of their first team left back. Conte, Ayala and Kral have sold Kral there. I wonder if they've signed a centre mid. It doesn't look like it. Gusto and Bednarak. Winners with Lichty. Gebriesus. Not much done in the Premier League, is there at all, really? Not much done in the Premier League by any side. A quiet window, not just in the Premier League, but everywhere, really. Let's see, transfer history. Let's have a look. Biggest deals so far. Oh no, I'm on tab. Biggest deals. So in this window, Mbappe with a straight swap for Gonçalo Martins to me. Thank you very much. Doku to Real Madrid, as we saw. Theo Hernandez to Chelsea, as we saw. There was the Isak deal, the Romero deal, Zaniolo as well. Minimal. There really wasn't much done in sizable deals. Eric Garcia, that was done earlier on in the window, 61 million. Charles Ketelera sold by Arsenal to go to Atletico Madrid. Wow. And that's it. That's the quietest transfer window at the top level we may well have seen all save. Arsenal, West Ham, Everton and Bayern. Well, West Ham and Everton are actually the two higher placed sides. So we will have a tough decision tomorrow as to which one to sim before going on to play Bayern in the next one. But I will sim one of them, probably the home game against Everton. We'll play Arsenal, we'll play West Ham, we'll sim Everton at home, and we'll play Bayern. But that will be all for today's video. thank you very much for watching as ever. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as ever. Follow me on Twitch and the link in the description. And on Facebook for the My Player and Ajax saves as ever, as they continue to come to you on a daily basis over on that platform as well. But for now, here on YouTube, that's all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.